and really not have anything prepared, but just tell you what's worked for me.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Famous movie star and former professional wrestler Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shares why he believes we should never forget to live in the now and enjoy ourselves. The Rock describes to Oprah Winfrey a time when producers wanted to strip him of his identity and how much it made him uncomfortable. One thing is true though, Johnson must have felt very thankful for participating in the WWE nonetheless. He explains to the Los Angeles Lakers how even at the height of their fame, they should remember that there is still more they can accomplish after they retire from the league.
You can win an NBA championship, MVP of the league, you could become president, you could become governor.
We are all capable of doing whatever we want to do.
This idea and this notion that you could be anything you want, and you can accomplish anything you want.
At our low points, we should take care of ourselves and just be thankful that we are still alive. We should sometimes reflect on how much we appreciate our loved ones. As we keep moving forward, we should always remember our low points and how those times made us feel.
And we lived in a small efficiency apartment, and there was an eviction notice on the door. It was a turning point in my career, and it really allowed me to grow, and it really allowed me just to be me and be anchored in with who I am. So when I first started wrestling, the idea was, well, why don't you call yourself Rocky Maivia, out of respect for your dad, Rocky Johnson, and your grandfather, Peter Maivia. I hated the name, and I thought, well, I just wanted to make my own way, and I wanted to be independent. I love my family, but I don't want to do it like that because it feels like I'm trying to leverage their fame. The powers that be said, nope, that's your name. I was also told, when you go out and you wrestle, you have to smile. I want you to smile big. This is in the WWE. I was a rookie in the wrestling business. I was the wrestling business has a term called babyface, which is a good guy. I was being groomed as a good guy wrestler. Young, the idea was you're grateful. Grateful for the opportunity, so when you go out there, I want you to smile. You can't smile enough. And I thought, well, what if I lose? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Still gotta smile. And
Yeah.
it just didn't feel right. That didn't sit right with me.
The truth is, I really didn't know what I was gonna say because you guys are at the top, right? You made it, like you're here, right? So I thought what I'd do, instead of telling you what I think you should be doing or how you could be better, or I thought, well, let me just speak from the heart, speak from my gut, and really not have anything prepared, but just tell you what's worked for me. And maybe some of the stuff that's worked for me might work for you now, currently, presently, as you guys have your goals and ambitions, NBA championship, MVPs in this room, things like that. But then further on down the line, as you guys continue to live your life. The first thing I would just want to say is this idea and this notion that you could be anything you want, and you can accomplish anything you want, right? We hear that. You've heard that from the time you were little boys. You hear that now. You're already incredibly accomplished. You can win an NBA championship, MVP of the league. You could become president. You could become governor. You could be in entertainment. You could do Charles, and you could do Shaq. You could do that. You could do whatever you want to do. You guys know that.
That's the tricky thing, I think, as we all go through this and we all lose loved ones, is I think what I've realized in the past couple of weeks is it's good to explore these feelings. I'm feeling a little guilty, and I didn't get a chance to say the things that I wanted to say, or I wish he would have said the things to me as a father. Now, as a father of 3 daughters, the important, critical things that anchor us that I didn't get from him, and it's okay to explore those feelings, but it's also very important to heal, to make sure that we come back to an anchoring foundation of gratitude, gratitude for what I was able to have with him, you know. And so I didn't get a chance to say the things that I wanted to say to him. However, another thing that is important too is, you know, because in death, that's when we can spiral and think, well, I should have done this, and I should have called, and I should have sent more pictures. But we got to realize that the relationship that I had with my dad was a relationship that was appropriate at that time.
He went in, switched to defensive tackle, lit the world on fire. Well, what that did, it crushed me, and it crushed my dreams. I had a piss poor senior year, 0 production, no NFL, no combine invite, nothing. Finally went to the CFL. Calgary Stampeders, making $250 a week Canadian. Now, I had to send that shit home to my wife at that time. Had no money. So I remember that. When I got cut from Canada, I had $7 in my pocket. And I always tell that story. So now my production company is $7, advertising agency is $7. Everything is $7. So always remember that. What helps me is to keep the hard times in the front of my mind, because it allows me to go into these big moments that I've worked my ass off, and you guys have worked your ass off. It allows me to go into these big moments with a different perspective. What it also does for me, and again, this is what works for me.
Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing for more motivational videos.